Okay, well, my best efforts with Crystal did not work. Once I let her soak for about 10 minutes, I stuck my little hand down there and started trying to feel, and what I discovered is that actually the egg was surrounded by her body. It's just that the membranes were so fine that they dried out really quickly, so you couldn't really tell. But she definitely had a prolapse, and the minute I saw that, I was like, okay, stop right here, and I put her down. And I was thinking, okay, it'll be her last thing, her last move. I'll salvage the egg. So after she was dead and it would no longer hurt her, I separated her egg from the body. And interestingly, the egg, I kept looking at it, I'm like, it looks like it's hollow or empty or something. And so I candled it. The egg had no yolk in it. So I'm going to guess that Crystal was bred to the end of her ability before she was passed on. I know she was an older bird, probably 3 years old. She may have been bred 10 times. So because it's like she didn't have any fertility left. She laid an egg that had no embryo in it, or whatever it is. So anyway, I'm sad to see her go. She was a beautiful bird, but I could not salvage her even as a pet. So because, like I said, and note to self, the membranes around eggs are so fine and so translucent that it can look like you can't understand why the egg is stuck to her when actually her membranes are all wrapped around it. So. And I discovered that after she was dead and I took the egg out, it was wrapped in her membrane. So here, this is Dusty, and Dusty is clearly ready and raring to go. And since my Texas Clear Body line just shrank dramatically, this is Vision, who also got paired with Blue at one point and never did anything, probably because Blue is infertile. But look at Dusty here. He is Macho Man. He's already getting ready to breed with her. And her cere is brown and crusted and everything else. Now, there are things wrong with this bird. She's tiny. She weighs 45 grams. She may weigh more than that now because she has bulked up from it being spring. Oh, look, she's already going down on the perch to let him breed her. This is going to be happening very quickly. So she's my last Texas Clear Body besides Limey and Vistus. And she's a normal, I think. The weird thing about her is that she seems to have a faint pied marking on the back of her head. But she has no other pied markings. She has no clear flight feathers. She has no spots on her body. Nothing. So I don't know what that's about. But I'm gonna match her up with Dusty here. There are 3 things about her that make her worth doing. First of all, she's a Texas Clear Body. Her brother or cousin or uncle has won a bunch of shows, but she came out strange. She doesn't fly. But once I cleared up her air sac mites, she has become a very solid little bird. And she survives out in the girls' flight cage very happily, even though she doesn't fly. So she's adapted. So she's a strong little thing. She's only about a year old. She has wonderful feather, and it's getting better as she gets healthier. And she has a beautiful shape. She has that English budgie shape about her. So although she's just barely bigger than a regular parakeet, she does have some traits worth breeding. And Dusty brings size to the table. So we'll see what happens. She's a tiny little thing, but since I happen to know that a regular parakeet's even smaller than her and manages to lay eggs and do everything just fine, even if you breed them to a bigger bird, I'm going to guess she's going to be fine. So we'll see what happens. She looks like she's, I just trimmed her. She's acting like she's willing. And Dusty is certainly stepping up to the plate. I am so thrilled that he seems to be ready and raring to go as far as being a breeder, because he brings all kinds of lovely things. His feather is fantastic. He has fantastic size. He's a good size. He's in the 70s somewhere, now that he's not fat. And that mask of his is beautiful, so I'm thrilled that he looks like he's ready to breed. So we'll see what happens. And Luscious is in her box, which is slowly but surely drying out. So I expect an egg from her anytime now. And that's my Texas Clear Body line, along with Limey and Marine, who will be back in here to breed again, because I need a female from them, and I lost their baby girl when I lost a bunch of the girls out of the female flight cage. So that's that story. I'm sad about Crystal, but just, you know, gotta do what I gotta do. At least she didn't suffer for long. Because she was normal this morning, so she tried to lay that egg at some point today, and I caught it while it was still fairly fresh. So she was probably in abject misery for about an hour or two. Okay, so these two are looking like they're starting to make friends. It's a little slow, but he has the squawking activity. He's over here talking to Dusty. They're saying, my cage, my girl, my girl. And I've seen Laurel going in and out of that nest box. Now that I traded it up, I'll set her back a day or two, but that's all right. And I'm so thrilled that I have... And look at these two. They're working really hard to keep those two babies fed. I can hardly wait to see what color they're going to be. I got to get a band on that little guy. And I'm so happy we got eggs up here with Hardy, and I named her Racine. Hardy and Racine, and eggs up here with Hunter and McLeod, who is in the box with her egg. Okay, that's it. A rough day overall, but we salvaged. You know what? It's been all day. I'm going to peek in here and see if that chick made it through the transition. What's happening here, Miss Thing? What's happening? Oh, yeah, there he is, and he's looking good. Okay, good. I'm so glad you're an experienced hen and decided that you're going to keep that baby. And she's all dry now. So, okay, we're done for the day.